So hi guys, I'm Maya Purdue, and today I'm gonna show you how I learn and memorize a new piece. So I'm gonna start one of the Scarlatti piano sonatas, k.9. It's brand new, I've never played it before. And I'm gonna give myself about 3 hours to sight read and then learn it, what's in the piece, and then memorize it. I think I'll be able to give you guys some helpful tips if you're a pianist, and also if you're not, it might be funny to see how a pianist works. It's 4 p.m. currently, and I have a class from 5 till 7. So I'm gonna practice from 4 till 5, and then again from 7 till about 9, I think. And then, yeah, I'll show you guys the outcome of what's gonna happen. I hope I can do it. Okay, so first of all, I would like to ask you guys, what do you do when you first have a piece? Do you play through it, or do you look at the score? Do you listen to it on like YouTube or Spotify or something? Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna get an answer, so I'm gonna tell you what I do. I don't usually listen to anything, because if I listen to it, then I pick up the notes and I don't know, it's just not the way that I want to have the first contact with the piece. It's actually quite rare that I've never heard the piece that I'm gonna play. And this one too, I've already heard it probably a few times, but not in depth. Like when you start a piece and you listen to it, I think you really listen to each detail. And I think that doesn't work for me, at least, because then I pick up all the nuances and start copying it. So what I do actually is that I look at the piece, but in very small sections. So for example, is there even the keyboard in it? Wait. Okay, I think that's a bit better. So I always play with both hands, because that's like the entire harmony. You can hear it all. So how I actually do it is, so do you get what I'm doing? I'm playing one beat. So it's not one beat, it's like half a bar. So one bar is, but I play, yeah. I think you can tell it's really new because I'm making already so many mistakes. Sorry guys. So I will do that through the entire piece. So I would think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12. So usually if it's a classical or baroque or even a romantic composer, you can usually divide the piece into a 4-bar section, 8-bar section, 12, 16. It usually goes in 4s. So I would always look at that in order to get the structure clearly. And something that I learned that is really important, I wanted to know this earlier, is that when you're first playing the piece, it's the prime time to memorize it too, because your fingers are not sure where to go yet. So you can really get it in your head, and once you can play it faster, it's hard to go back to that. You can call it memory A and memory B. The memory A is when you're really thinking, is it a F or is it F sharp, or is this a dominant chord after this, or does it go to the tonic or not? This, when you're thinking about these things, it's memory A. And then when you can just play it and the muscle remembers, it's memory B. And once you're there, you can't really go back, but we always force to go back to the memory A. We think, okay, I'm gonna memorize this just before the concert. It's a A, it's a A, it's a A, and it doesn't really work, because you didn't you skipped too many things in the when you could have done it in memory aid. So I really recommend to do it in the first contact that you really memorize the notes. I'm saying this because I had a lot of bad experiences, and if I knew this quicker, or if I acknowledged it earlier, I think I would have saved myself so many times. Okay, enough of sorrows from previous concerts and competitions. So here it's very clear that it's 4 bars, 8 bars, 12 bars. We'll go after 12 bars. It goes... I would note that here it comes 3 times. Goes... the higher, and then it comes again. So there's in these bars there's 3 times going. This is 1, 2. So it comes 2 times the first time. So in A it comes twice. In B in B it comes 3 times, and then in C it comes again twice. We need to remember that. And before playing the next section, I'm just gonna point out the trills again. There's another A here, and in the A it's twice. And then there's a different section here which go... This is actually very similar to what we heard in the beginning. So here it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times in 3 bars, but this time it goes 8 times in 4 bars. So we really need to remember that, because I can so imagine myself going like it could go forever. So it has to go 8 times in 4 bars. And then there's another B. It's not really a B, but it comes twice, and then C comes 3 times. Yeah, but actually it goes A, C, B in the second section, and the last B is the same as when it comes in the first page, B, but... so it doesn't go 1 octave lower. That I need to remember for sure. I have no idea if this is going to be interesting for anyone. So, I'm going to tell you the bullet points of what to do in the first hour when you encounter a new piece. So, first play it in one like half a bar or 1 bar, like just go through like that, but really play it in the tempo that you're not gonna make any mistakes. I don't want to be like this Asian girl saying don't make mistakes, but really when it's the first time you're gonna play it, don't make mistakes. Play it in the slowest tempo imaginable, but make sure that you feel comfortable playing it. Okay who am I? Because if you make mistakes in the first encounter, your brain really like it inputs into your brain, and you don't know when that input is going to suddenly burst out and show. It could be in a concert, it could be in a competition. It's really worth it to take it slow. Like if it's hard, just really go. Like right now, there was a C sharp here, so the place when I played, I almost played a C sharp, And you don't want to do that because you know it's a C sharp, but it goes to a C. But now I've already memorized, for sure I will always remember that it's a C sharp and then a C. So there you go, like it's already going into my head. And then I would check the similarities. If it's repeated, what is the same in the repetition, what is different? So we saw that the trills are, there are the trills in the second section, like the first, let's call it the first page and the second page. So they're the same kind of trills in the first page and the second page, but they're different, they're organized differently. And in the second page, we saw that in the bass, it doesn't go one octave lower. These small things, like there are way more of those, but we just have to pick them up in the first hour of practicing the piece. Not even the hour, like just the first 3 times of playing the piece. And then I would go into harmony a little bit, that I will check the cadences, and if the key is changing, you easily check by looking at if there are more sharps. I don't know if you call them sharps. In Japan we do like kreuz, or there's the flats, so the half semitone going down mark. Yeah, so I would check that, and then you would know what key it is. If there's a cadence and then it's going back, or if there's sequence. Sequence means when it's the same shape, it's the same thing, but in like a lower or higher kind of key. It doesn't necessarily change the key, but it's doing the same thing, but for example, starting with a different note, you know? So I would check those things and make a structure in my head so that it's like built. And one more thing that I do that I really like is I just put colors. I would copy this, I haven't done it yet, but I would copy the whole thing, and then I will color the themes in. So this theme I feel like it's pink, and then I will color it in with a pink pencil or circle it with a pink pencil. And then if I feel it's the second theme, like the sub theme, if it's a bit more melancholy, I would circle it with blue, for example. And then I visually have the idea how the piece goes. Then you have a good idea of where it starts and when it ends. And I think oftentimes maybe we are afraid that it's never gonna go to the end. Like this piece is very short, so it's okay. But if it's like the Liszt sonata, like when is it gonna end? But if you color it in with coloring pencils, you've already done the work. You know when it starts, when it ends. So it's also emotionally easier to go to the practice room and say, I'm gonna do this in 1 hour. And okay, maybe not the Liszt sonata in 1 hour, but yeah, I think you get an idea of what I'm saying. I'm hoping I can show, this is a bit different, but I've colored it in also. It's just following all the themes. This is the Bach Prelude and Fugue. I just follow the theme in all voices with purple. That's also a good idea, I think. I remember doing that really as a really young child. I don't have much in this because it's the actual book. I will look for some copies at home if I'm doing it. And another thing, my mother is also a pianist, and she helped me a lot when I was younger. And before competitions, she would always cut up the scores. We would copy it, and she would paste it onto a thick paper, and she will cut it in like 4-bar sections, and we would put it into an envelope, and I would put my hand in, like don't look at it, and then I choose one, and it has, I'm not allowed to see the score, but I can see the number behind it. So from bar 16 till bar 20, for example, and then I have to play it, like from any bar I should be able to play it. And I think this is a little bit extreme, but if you are having a hard time with memorizing pieces, I would really recommend this. I don't want to go into too much detail right now at this because I don't want to make my videos too long, But if you're interested, please message me. I have a lot of ideas because I myself struggled a lot, and my mother also helped me. She had such good ideas. It's not just the envelope method. There's a lot of other stuff that we did, like, that are very unique. I think it's not just you have to do it. Like, we created many ways in order to do this. So please ask me. Okay, I can't waste more time. I need to practice the piece because I said 3 hours. So from here, I am just going to do the 1 bar method. So I just play, and then I go. So like I play 1 bar looking at my hand, looking at the score. 1, look at the score. 2, look at my hands. 3, look away. Oh, just close your eyes and play 1 bar. Just 1 bar. You don't have to play 4 bars. You definitely don't have to play the whole piece. That's too much. I would not be able to do that. Just do 1 bar and then add it. And then next I will do 2 bars. Then I'll do 4 bars. Then I'll do 8 bars, 16 bars, and then you'll be able to play it. Like, I promise you'll be able to do it. Okay, I'm gonna start doing that now. Okay, so hi, I'm back from my lesson. It's actually 8:15 now. Oh my god, I only have 45 minutes until 9 because I said I will memorize and perform this piece at 9. So I really need to practice. Okay, I brought the camera a bit closer because I was literally shouting in this very small room. Okay, so now I'm really gonna get back to practice because I need as much time as possible. Okay, so what I'm gonna do from here is to really get the memory stuck in there. So I'm just gonna go forward and not look at the score. I didn't play it for a few hours, and before that I only played it for 1 hour. So I think it's a really good challenge to just not look at it and see how much of it I can play, which parts can I not play. Okay, so the time has come to play the K.9 Scarlatti Sonata by memory after practicing for 1 hour and 45 minutes. So I'm only going to give myself 1 chance because elsewise there would be no point of this video. So let's do it.